Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm at the 2017 Farm Progress Show, and about the coolest thing I've seen here is what we're looking at right here. National champion, the Delo FFA restoration competition, and this is last year's grand champion right here. We have Austin Haywood from, is it Hastings, Michigan, Austin?
Yes, sir.
And you got to tell us about your 1957 Farmall 350. This thing is gorgeous.
So this is my Farmall 350 diesel. It originally belonged to my great-grandfather. It's been around the farm for quite a few years, and I restored it through the Delo tractor restoration competition this past year and was lucky enough to win the competition. I spent about 900 hours on my project restoring it my senior year of high school, and I went through the entire tractor, everything down to the engine and transmission, and it was a really cool experience for me. I sure learned a lot, and it's something that I think I'll carry with me for a long time.
900 hours. So you learned the value of patience and hard work right there, huh?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Awesome. And again, it was your great-grandfather. Was he also around Hastings, Michigan?
Yep, he was actually in the neighboring town of Middleville, and he used it on a little hobby farm he had over there for quite a few years.
And then, were you saying, Austin, your folks bought the tractor years ago when it was an auction? Was that for your grandfather or great-grandfather?
Yeah, my great-grandfather passed away about 10 years ago, and that's when my parents bought it from his estate. And then I live on a dairy farm in Hastings on my dad's side of the family, so we used it to work around there a little bit for the past few years.
Okay. What was the hardest aspect of the restoration? Anything in particular that was the trickiest, most problematic?
So the biggest challenge on this tractor, as far as working on the tractor, was the engine. It has a very unique engine in it. It's a Continental diesel engine in it, and there wasn't very many models made like this, so finding parts for it's very difficult. Finding engine parts was the biggest thing. For my crank bearings, I actually found some in a little forklift shop outside of Chicago, but it took me 3 months to find them, and they were 30 thousandths under spec, so I had to work on my crank a lot to get it where I wanted it.
How did you find them in a little shop outside of Chicago?
A lot of research, and finally I found a few other people that had worked on 350 diesels, and they said this was the place to go. And I've actually had a few people stop at the show here this week and tell me if I ever need to find parts for it, that's the place to go. It's the same shop I got mine from.
Now Austin, let's walk around here. On the banner we have some before pictures on this tractor, and folks, it's so beautiful. Stop by at the show if you can and see it. So again, this was the before picture right here. So when you were working on this, Austin, was it, I'm just wondering the personal angle, the fact that it was your great-grandfather's, that had to be kind of cool. You're basically bringing it back to like new condition. That had to feel special.
Yeah, so this is a really big deal for me. This was actually the second tractor I did through the competition. I'd done a Super MTA the year before, but this one was really special to me, and the reason I picked it for my last year was because it was my great-grandfather's. It meant a lot to me. I remember growing up on it and doing a lot of stuff, and some of my last memories with him were on the tractor, so that was something that was really important to me, just to get it back to where he would have wanted to see it. He always joked about restoring it, but never really got around to it, so it was really cool that I had the opportunity to do that.
Well, you know your great-grandpa is smiling at what you've done here. That's fantastic, Austin. Now tell me a little bit about the national competition. I understand there's like an interview process. It's quite involved, isn't it?
Yeah, so this competition is open to any high school age students, and what you do is during your restoration you take a lot of photos as well as kind of record down what you do during the restoration, and then on Delo's website at delotractorrestoration.com they have a little workbook that you fill out, and you do a little bit about what you learned and what you gained from the project, as well as all of the mechanical aspects that you did during your project, and submit that with the photos, and from there they select the top 12. And the top 12 finalists travel down to the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis in October, and there they conduct an interview where you do a presentation talking about what you did during the project and what you learned, and then the panel of judges quizzes you on kind of different things about your tractor and to see how much knowledge you really gained from the project.
Very cool. And Austin, you came at it through the FFA angle. You were actually were you a state officer in Michigan?
I was state secretary actually the year I restored this tractor.
Very cool. Wow, that's congratulations on that. And again, just congratulations on your achievement and your win, national champion. It feels pretty cool. And now you're actually at Michigan State, Austin?
Yep, I'm a sophomore at Michigan State now.
And studying animal science?
Animal science, yep.
Austin, I think you're going to be very successful whichever path you choose. Thank you for telling us about your beautiful 1957 Farmall 350, and again, best of luck in the future.
Yeah, thank you.